One still has a sticker on it, even though I've read it a bunch of times. Go me. Burnin' daylight.
I'm a monster. I'm a monster.
We're sitting in a new place today because I felt like it. Today we're going to do the spring cleaning book tag because it's technically spring despite whatever the mood swings the weather is having, and I felt like doing a book tag that wasn't negative. Obviously nobody tagged me in this, but I saw the Per Use Project do a video, and I find her videos to be a lot of fun, so I thought I would do it too. I don't have all the books I'm going to name on this tag, because if I don't like a book, I tend to not own it. Let's proceed. Number 1, the struggle of getting started, a book or book series that you have struggled to begin because of its size. So for this, I'm going with American Gods by Neil Gaiman. I finished American Gods this year. It was quite an experience. I don't know if I enjoyed it, but I liked it, if that makes sense. And I love Neil Gaiman's work. I'll always read it. It took me a long time to read. Also, the fact that I felt pressure to enjoy it. And if I didn't enjoy it, then I was wrong. Number 2, cleaning up the closet, a book or book series that you want to unhaul. I've already unhauled it because I don't own it. In fact, I never owned it. Read someone else's copy and decided, don't want to acknowledge this as existing, and I chose Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Don't at me. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to fight about it. I'm mad about the book and some of the decisions that were made. Specifically, Theodore Nott did not deserve that. Theodore Nott, that was character assassination. And I, as someone who clings to side characters with a vengeance, don't appreciate it. As far as I'm concerned, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child didn't happen. Number 3, opening windows and letting fresh air in, a book that was refreshing. For this, I picked Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones, and this book is fabulous. If you have seen the Studio Ghibli movie and you enjoyed it, I strongly suggest you reading the book. The book is hilarious. There's so much more to the story than they could show in the movie, obviously. It really developed Howl as a character more. It really develops Sophie and Howl's relationship. You get a lot more information about her family life prior to meeting Howl. A great book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the first time I read it when I was in college, and I read it in like a weekend. I just sped through it, and I really am happy I did, because I really needed it at that time. I needed the mental break while doing work in college. Number 4, Washing Out the Stains, a book you wish you could rewrite a certain scene in. I'm not really down with the whole, I want to rewrite a scene in the official capacity. That's what fanfiction is for. But there was a scene in Vengeance Road by Aaron Bowman, which, I love this book. Do at me if you want to talk about Vengeance Road. Don't at me about Harry Potter, at me about Vengeance Road only. Kate, thanks, bye. And yeah, there's just a scene, or a short series of scenes in this book that I wish were longer. And those were basically the entire time the group was in Phoenix. I wish was just a little bit longer. Mostly because I really liked Evelyn, and I wanted to see more of Evelyn. And I wanted Will to see more of Evelyn, because they were really sweet. Also, I think this is one of my favorite book covers in the entire world. Number 5, throwing out unnecessary knickknacks, a book in a series that you didn't feel was necessary. And I'm going to go with Ironside by Holly Black. One of her early trilogies of modern magic books. It was Tithe, Valiant, and then Ironside. And I love Tithe so much. I adore Valiant. There's scenes in Valiant that I'll just randomly think about to this day, that I'll just be doing something, I'll be like, do you remember that scene in Valiant? Not talking to anybody because no one else cares. And then Ironside was just such a letdown. I really struggled to get through Ironside. Ironside revisits a lot of the characters from Tithe, and I just didn't feel like they were the same characters, and a lot of things just didn't make sense, and I just really didn't enjoy it. So I don't own it. I can see them from here, Tithe and Valiant, on my bookshelf, and I adore them, and everyone should read them. But, just stop after Valiant. Do not proceed to Ironside. Number 6 is Polishing the Doorknobs, a book that had a clean finish. This is another Neil Gaiman book. This is Neverwhere. This is my favorite Neil Gaiman book. One of my favorite books of all time. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the world. Like, whenever I think about Neil Gaiman, it's the first thing that comes to mind is Neverwhere. I love it. I adore it. I own so many copies of it. I own this beautiful illustrated copy, which Neil Gaiman himself tweeted me the Amazon link to find, because for some reason it wasn't showing up on Amazon US. I had to buy this from Amazon UK. Thanks, Neil Gaiman. I have another copy on my bookshelf. I have a copy on my Kindle. Also own a copy of the miniseries, but I own the special edition director's cut with a map of London below, because I'm excessive. If you've never read this book, you should read this book. Out of any book I ever recommend, this is the one I think people should read the most. Number 7, Reaching to Dust a Fan, a book that tried too hard to relay a certain message. On my Kindle, I don't know why I still have it. I think I got it in like a Amazon bundle of like classic stories. I have A Christmas Carol. Don't at me, you know it's true. I love me a Muppet Christmas Carol. The Jim Carrey Christmas Carol is a terrifying movie. Don't show it to children. Don't at me. Number 8, the trying yet satisfying finish to spring cleaning. What was a book series that was tiring yet satisfying to finish? For me, it's the Grisha Trilogy by Leah Bardugo, and I love the world. I love the magic system. But this was a trial and a half, let me tell you. First off, they're all in first person, which I really don't like. Reading books in first person is always a struggle for me. I don't like Elena. I don't like Elena. And I like the Darkling as a villain, but like, he's an okay villain. His wants and needs are very understandable, but also very standard. I got through this book because of Genya Stefan. I got through this book because of Nikolai and Genya Stefan. I got through this book because of Nikolai and Genya Stefan. I got through this series because Genya Stefan is a saint, and I appreciate Nikolai. There is technically a 9th thing on this tag, which is looking forward to next spring, tag 4 people to do this tag. I have nobody to tag, and nobody is even watching these videos, so you know, there's that. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, if you want to talk to me about any of these books, except for Harry Potter, please feel free to talk to me about these books. Otherwise, next time you see me, maybe I'll be sewing. Maybe I'll be doing another book tag. Maybe I'll finally get around to talking about why I read Crime and Punishment so much.